Hey y'all, what is going on? Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Tony. I am a lifestyle vlogger and a self-love and mental health coach. Today I want to talk to you guys about something that's been on my mind, something I even blogged about, my first blog in over 3 years. It's just been a subject that's been on my mind. And it's really about the concept of what happens if we no longer do the things that are accepted. What happens if we no longer do the things that are normal? What happens if we let go of the internet advice? Well, I know with me being a self-love coach and a mental health coach, I put out a lot of content, and I have in the past, about ways to heal from childhood trauma or difficult relationships. Tips in order to find your strength, find your gifts, and find your qualities that God put in you. There's a ton of online advice that's doing the same thing. But what's really important is being able to differentiate between what it is that's really for you and what's just advice and just concepts and just online chatter that really is skewing you away or taking you away from what it is that you're supposed to be accomplishing and the lessons that you're supposed to be learning internally. So let's start with understanding that advice is meant to be there as a tool and a resource, but it is not the end all be all. I'm the type of person who takes a ton of advice with a grain of salt. Why do I do that? Because everybody is not me. The way I think, the things I've been through, the things I've experienced, my perception of life, the callings I feel I have, the conversations I have with God. Nobody is there when I have those experiences, when I have those moments. Listening to advice, yes, it could be great. It's really meant to prepare you. In other words, it's meant to protect you from failure, protect you from hurt. But what it also is doing is, if you're not taking the advice and taking it with a grain of salt, it also can be dismantling your perspective and moving you away from where you should be going. Maybe someone can advise you to stay in a job opportunity until you find a new one. But you know through your experience and through your day-to-day life in this job that it's caused you more harm than good. I'm never saying just quit your job. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is, in that example, you know that this is causing you more harm than good. You feel like it's a toxic environment. Your mental health is down the drain. But you're recalling that advice of don't leave a job until you have another one. You're recalling that advice, and so you're keeping yourself in a space that you've outgrown. That's an example of when advice is not the best for you. So it's really important to understand that hearing advice, yes, it's a good tool, but you must take it with a grain of salt. What I also learned about deviating away from advice is that I am able to trust myself more, and I'm able to gain that wisdom, that experience, and truly understand what it is that I should be doing. Let's dig into that a little deeper. Most times people are giving you this advice because they want to prep you for your future. They want to help you make it, or they want to keep you away from harm. Think about all the relationship advice online. Think about everybody saying, girl, don't send that third text. Girl, if he's not treating you like this, then stop talking to him, and X, Y, and Z. That advice is so you can save face. So you can save your ego, ultimately. So you are not looking desperate, and you are looking like a high value woman who knows her worth. While yes, all of that advice is meant with great intentions, if you are sticking to that advice without actually trusting or hearing how you really feel and letting how you feel play out, then you won't really grasp that idea. That advice is going to be a rule that you follow, but it won't be a belief in you because you don't really understand what it means to come to that realization on your own. So while I say yes, the online advice is really important, it's also important to trust yourself and to make mistakes. Nobody wants to make mistakes because you have to start all over most times or pick yourself back up. The advice, the online information that we see all the time is not really bad, but what it is doing is stopping you from having that experience on your own, helping you come to that realization on your own and making it stick. When you learn to differentiate between everybody else's thoughts and perspective and your own, you're able to begin to gain wisdom. You're able to gain insight, and you're also able to hone in on your intuition. While maybe you would have sent that third message to somebody you're dating, that may have been your normal, natural instinct. The online advice is saying don't send more than 2 messages. You're conflicting right now. But what I think you should do is send that third message. I'm not telling you to go out looking desperate. What I'm telling you is to be true to yourself, because once you feel how it feels to be ignored, to maybe be ghosted, to have that pain that's on the other side, then you'll be able to say, okay, I understand why I will never send a third message again. I'm not going to put myself in a situation where I'm getting less than I deserve because I'm a high value woman. Do you see the difference? The online gurus, online relationship folks, or even this doesn't even have to be about relationships. This is all advice in every aspect of your life. They're giving you the playbook and telling you what to do, what not to do. Until you feel that growing pain and you really understand why it's important to apply those lessons, then it may be a rule that you're following that's not truly true to you. You'll continue to feel like something's missing. I am a person who says, I don't like to take much advice. I like to go through it, get it out the mud. I like to get my hands dirty and experience it on my own. And I know people who are like, girl, why don't you just do it the easier way? Well, that easy way doesn't work for me. And for some people, it may work for them. But for me to understand my lesson, to gain my wisdom, to gain my insight, I've learned that doing the thing that everybody's saying not to do, even if I fall short, it still grew me. And now I feel like that lesson that I'm supposed to gain, I gained. And I can apply that to more situations in the future. When somebody's just giving it to me and telling me it doesn't really sit well in my gut. I'm feeling like I'm being restrained because I'm trying to follow these rules to be this high value woman or to be this successful entrepreneur or anything that you're trying to accomplish or anything I've been trying to accomplish. When I listen to other folks, it really blurs my vision. So this video here is to help you guys if you are feeling like, I don't want to listen to online advice anymore. I'm getting nowhere listening to the online advice. This video is to validate that perspective and help you understand why it is important to listen to your own gut, why it is important to make mistakes, why it's important to send that third message, why it's important to do something embarrassing in order to gain that growth, gain that self-trust, and then gain that wisdom. You'll ultimately be prepared for your next lessons in life. I hope that this video helped you, and if you guys like this video and content like this, please subscribe to my channel. I have more mental health and self-love videos. I have other free resources on my website, and I also have vlogs that I think that you will find entertaining. So go ahead and subscribe, join my community, be that powerful girl, and I'll see you soon.